What's the most amount of damage you can deal as a mage in Terraria? Let's find out. So 98.6% of you guys are not subscribed, which I found pretty surprising. So make sure you hit subscribe, trying to get to 100 subs. So, you know, we can do that if you want. Go crazy. So for my weapon, I'm going to be using the Nebula Blaze. 130 base damage, so let's just test it. So as you probably know, with this weapon, every now and then you'll get a powerful shot which deals like 3 times the amount of damage. There you go, 363, not even a crit. So 363, 130 magic damage. So let's attach the Nebula set of armor. This gives us a chance to spawn boosters, which can increase our damage by 45%, I believe. So now this is at 163, because it also buffs your regular damage, so... There you go, 1046, because that is a critical and the extra damage. So, considering that's only with the armor set on, that's actually a lot better than I thought. So, we've got all these accessories. I've increased my accessory slots by 2 to make it an equivalent of a master mode world. So let's just equip these accessories and see how high we get. Okay, all those are equipped, so let's check our damage now. 250 base damage, right? Let's just see, okay, right. 862 non-crit. 803 non-crit. 1320 on a crit, which is not bad, not particularly bad. But we can make it better. I'm gonna make all these menacing, and then we'll see how high it gets. Just gotta refill my plant. Okay, so all of my accessories are now menacing. So let's just check the damage on that one. 287. So let's just try it out. 1704. You know, it's not bad. Now I've got some buffs to try out. That just has critical chance, but it'll still be helpful. The crystal ball actually has a buff which increases your like magical power ability. So let's just chuck one of these down. Okay, it's now at 293, so that's not bad. Base damage is quite impressive. There you go, 1810. I think in Terraria how it works is that every hit is within 15% of the base damage, so that's why it's always kind of different. It's just randomly between that like range of 30%. Wow, okay. Yeah, this is insane already. That's without potions. Okay, so we've got the Golden Delight, which just major improvements to all stats. 20% increased magic damage, increases damage by 10, and that's just critical strike chance. So we're just going to go ahead and use all these. Alright, 345 damage now. So let's just see what that's like. 2256. Okay, there's one more buff for the Nebula Blaze, which we can reforge. I did forget to do that, so let's just go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I've got a godly one now, which I believe is the highest buff for magic weapons. So let's just see how this is. What's the highest score we can get? 2556, not bad. So there's just one more buff that I'm curious about, which is Feral Bite. So we're just gonna go ahead and spawn bats in this room. Okay. Well, that didn't work. I said we were just gonna spawn some bats in this room. There we go. They have a 1 in 10 chance of inflicting Feral Bite from between 60 seconds and 90 seconds, I think. So we're just gonna roll a Discord in there and see what's going on. And turn God mode off. Gonna go ahead and reuse these potions. Didn't need to do that because it lasts for 48 minutes, but... So now, we're gonna see 428 damage, so let's just test that out. $2,928. So for the last damage buff on the Nebula Blaze, what we need to do is kill a whole bunch of enemies so that the set bonus can activate, because that will increase our damage by another 45%. So I'm just going to go ahead and spawn a bunch of cave bats, and then we can get Feral Bite back and that buff. It just doesn't last very long. Can't get this to proc for some reason. I can't get the damage boost. Okay, so we gotta be quick. So we have it now, so that's 496. So 2,800, 3,184. I think we've got our answer there. That is insane damage. So, you know the drill. Why don't we go test on some bosses? Cthulhu. Gone. Skeletron. Okay. Well, it's actually daytime, so he's gonna have infinite health, basically. So let's just, I don't know, he died. That's so weird. King Slime. Deleted. Hold on. Yep, hold that. Skeletron Prime. I can't even see him. Let me zoom in. Yep, gone. The Destroyer. Wait, where'd he go? What? Why is he just ahead? Okay, well, he just has to go. That's so ridiculous. Golem. Empress Light. Why is the golem turning around? Go home. On Terra. Queen Bee. Yeah, get out of here, bro. Deoclops. Deleted. Get out of here, bro. Not played. Should have had mods, man. It's very satisfying to just walk through these dummies, just attack. Just the amount of crits and damage. It's like 6 point, oh, I saw 8,000 DPS just there. 8,500. It seems to be staying around 7,000 DPS. What if we just spawn 100 Cthulhus? Well, probably not 100, but, you know, solid amount. Okay, I have no idea how many there are here, but let's just hold down click and see what happens. I'm just going to fly up a bit so that they aren't blocked by the barrier. Half of them are jumping off. There's a lot of crowns on the ground. Wouldn't even sell them. It's still going. Christ, that took a while. Alright, so the answer to the question is, I believe, 3,184 damage is the most I could get. I don't see any other methods that you could use to get higher damage, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. So yeah, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, catch you later.